Introducing Dr. Injectory Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We are coming to you from the greatest city in the world.
New York City.
Yes. New York City is so great that we hosted world leaders, all of them, all through last week.
Wow.
They came, they saw, they got damaged.
Wow.
Virtually all of them got damaged. You know what? Watch. Did you see this? Did you see the guy? Ladies and gentlemen, that guy is my retired noisemaker. He was giving his butt to the NYPD, to Buhari, and the folks in front of the Nigerian house in New York City. For what? For continuing to detain Omoyele Sowore.
Really?
I know what you are thinking. You are saying to yourself, God forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. God forgive those protesters for damaging Nigeria's image. And Buhari's great speech at the UN. Did you watch his speech?
No.
You didn't watch his speech? You didn't see the great speech of Buhari at the UN? You missed. Now, I'll just show you where Buhari was asked a simple question about the youth of Nigeria, what he was going to do about this climate change, and he gave a wonderful answer. Watch.
President Buhari, Nigeria has a very young population. Perhaps you might highlight what a pathway for a resilient future looks like.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I share the sentiment expressed by the Secretary General that the world is on the verge of climate catastrophe. Undeniably, climate change is a human-induced phenomenon. It is now imperative that we must step up our collective climate actions in line with the request of the Secretary General.
You see, it is either that Buhari got an expo. You know what an expo is? They told him the question they will ask him, and then it turned out to be wrong. Or that he felt that it would be horrible for him to even attempt to answer the question. So he decided to read something that is totally off the point. Well, the damages were beyond Buhari. They were far and wide. Look at this.
The House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry. I'm directing our 6 committees to proceed with their investigations under that umbrella of impeachment inquiry.
What? The Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives dropped the I word. But why? Nancy, why? What? Let's listen to her reason.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
Yep. No one is above the law. Except for the DSS in Nigeria. No one else is above the law. So President Trump went to New York City with his head high and came out wounded and facing a possible impeachment. In the UK, the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, got ordered by the UK Supreme Court to reopen Parliament. The Prime Minister had no option but to do so. In Nigeria, they will ignore the court order. But in UK, they have no option. They reopened Parliament. On the first day he appeared, he was questioned for 3.5 hours. Can you imagine that? Imagine President Buhari or President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda being questioned for 3.5 hours in Parliament. Buhari will run out of saliva in his mouth trying to answer questions. Anyway, it's not an insult. It's something that will happen. It happens to everybody. Anyway, after that, the Prime Minister of UK refused to stay for point of order. Watch.
I think it would be a courtesy to stay for the point. It would be a courtesy to stay for the point of order. The point of order relates to the matters with which we've just been dealing. Don't sit
down. That speaker is a crazy man. Of course, trust the backbenchers. They booed him. If this were to be Nigeria, they would have said, they would have arrested all of them for insulting the president. A republic. Anyway, here is how the Speaker of the House of Commons put it. Watch.
Well, I think I asked the Prime Minister if he'd be willing to stay, but he doesn't wish to do so. So be it.
Talking of point of order. What do you think about this?
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you spoil our youth and our dreams? How dare you? You see, people all over the world are disgusted by politics and politicians, that they are looking for inspiration from other places. Take a look.
Harry and Meghan's son, Archie Harrison, makes his first official appearance during the couple's royal tour of Africa. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex introduced their 4-month-old boy to Archbishop Desmond Tutu and his daughter.
Do you know Archie? Isn't that adorable? Yeah, isn't that so cute? But the Africa that Archie, can they actually make Archie the next king of England instead of these people from the other family? Anyway, the Africa that Archie visited was in a mess. In Nigeria last week, police rescued over 300 male students, locked up and some chained inside an Islamic school.
What?
Oh yeah, look at the pictures. The students have been beaten, abused, and stabbed.
No.
Oh yeah, it is called a horror house. Look at them. Look at them. Families bring their children there to learn the Quran. Some were brought there to be reformed. Now, for example, if you were a drug user, your family will just package you and bring you there to be reformed. If you insult the president while taking shower, your family will just package you, put you into the Islamic school so that you go there and be reformed. Some of the kids that you see in that school are the ones you see begging on the streets of Kano State or Kaduna State. Some are assigned to blind people to guide them across town as they beg. One of the men there who spoke to BBC in English said that he was sent there because he came back from studies abroad and people thought that he had become a Christian, so they sent him there so that he will learn Islamic lifestyle again. Listen to him.
Doctor, are you a medical doctor?
PhD, energy economics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
They said I became a Christian because I spent 16 years in the UK. I married there. So I got back to Nigeria to come and settle with my family. And the extended family came and told these people that I became a Christian. I've converted. I'm trying to convert my children to Christians and the rest. I just found myself here one morning about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, what has been your experience in the 2 years of being here?
Very hectic. Since I was in military school, I've not seen anything like this.
Isn't that shocking? Meanwhile, the facility has no license as a school or as a reformatory. Nothing like that. But it took students from Burkina Faso, from Mali, from Ghana. Apparently, to some parents, it must be a form of a sort of a Harvard University. Somehow, no parents asked why. Why is it that Governor El Rufai of Kaduna State did not send his son to that school, but chose the best public school in all of Kaduna to send his son?
Why?
Why exactly? That's what they should have asked. Parents, listen to me. Please, learn from your leaders. If a school is not good enough for their children, it should not be good enough for yours. Sasha! Tweet that out. Anyway, this school has been there in plain sight. Nobody cared. Nobody asked questions. In fact, there may be thousands of such schools in northern Nigeria. Anywhere you go, Sokoto, Kaduna, Kano, everywhere. And if you go to southern Nigeria, there are thousands of so-called prayer houses that do exactly the same thing. They chain people with mental illness up, beat them and abuse them in the name of chasing away evil spirits in their head. And nobody cares. Africa, who did this to us? Who did this to us? Meanwhile, in Ghana, a senior military officer and a civilian employee of the Ghana Armed Forces have been accused of plotting to overthrow the government. I know. The government said they were plotting to seize key installations with the aim of taking over the government. Just when you thought it was only Sowore that is facing such accusation. It's everywhere in Africa. The group in Ghana is called Take Action Ghana, like Ragtag Army. The government said that they illegally hired local blacksmiths to manufacture firearms and explosives. During the raid, The government said it found 5 locally made pistols. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The government said that the group's plan is to stage a series of protests and from there overthrow the government with locally made 5 pistols. Now, I think it has been a long time Nigeria and Ghana had a coup. Our politicians, they have forgotten how governments are usually overthrown. Not with locally made pistols, my friends. No. Not with a protest by 100 unemployed youths. No. You see, they have forgotten. That is why they see every protest as another attempt to overthrow the government. Nonsense. Meanwhile, in Kenya, the political situation is becoming tense. Have you been to Kenya? Wonderful. Just like in Nigeria, Kenya is engulfed in politics 2022, while Nigeria is engulfed in politics 2023. Just as in Nigeria too, the person at the center of the tension is the vice president. Oh yes. Since President Uhuru Kenyatta had a handshake with the opposition leader, Raila Odinga, he has continued to squeeze his vice president into political oblivion. Oh yeah, most Kenyans see the vice president, William Ruto, as corrupt. I think he's the Atiku of Kenya, while Uhuru is the Obasanjo. Now, the story is that some cabinet ministers are plotting to assassinate the deputy president, Ruto. Are you not surprised? The Daily Nation is saying that the deputy president is bringing in the FBI to investigate. Africa is a mess. They are importing the FBI to come and investigate. Look at where they're discussing this.
Welcome back. It's time for State of the Nation. We are having a very heated debate right here about the DP's allegations on a meeting that was happening apparently to hatch an assassination plot or an elimination.
Are you not surprised? It is so intense that the Interior Principal Secretary, Karanji Kabicho, has now filed a complaint against the Deputy President, Ruto, at the Directorate of Criminal Investigations.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's happening. Watch again.
Plot. Now, he has not signed or made a statement with the relevant security bodies, and we're trying to find out what the implications of these allegations are to this country. As you know, the nature of Kenyan politics, things could go left very quickly.
The nature of Kenyan politics and Nigerian politics is that things could go left very quickly. I wanted to talk about Nigeria's vice president, but the man has been suing everyone who mentioned his name on Twitter, on any WhatsApp post. So let me leave him alone. I don't want to be sued. Not now. My lawyers are not ready yet. Now, before I go, an update on the Sowore case. First, play that video of my my former noisemaker giving them his middle butt. Play it again. So a judge granted Sowore bail, and his lawyer Falana promised to bring him to court whenever he's needed. You think that is the end of the case? No. He fulfilled all the conditions, the bail conditions, but the DSS is refusing to free him. The first thing they said was that, oh, we don't watch TV, we didn't get the judgment, we didn't know, we don't read the newspaper, we don't trust what they see in the newspaper, we don't know. Okay. When it was shown to them that they received and signed the judgment, they claim, he's still in the reception, he hasn't gotten to the 5th floor. You know, the latest is that the DSS is threatening to report the judge who granted Sowore bail to the Nigerian Judicial Council for doing that, for doing his job. It is such a shame that Buhari has never missed an opportunity to miss an opportunity. No, he hasn't. Like I said before, I have given up on Buhari. The people that I'm ashamed of, the people that I feel history will be harsh on, are people like the Vice President, Oshibanjo, and Babatunde Fashola, Minister for, I don't know, Darkness or whatever, I don't know what he's doing now. These are people who said they have certificates. They are lawyers. They are even senior advocates of Nigeria. I said, to Fiakwa. And they are there watching. To Fiakwa. Now, here is my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book, I Am Dante, by Dante. Have you read the book? It's a wonderful book. Go to page 419. And it says, the hottest places in hell are reserved for those who, in a period of moral crisis, maintain their neutrality. Did you get that? The hottest places in hell are reserved for those who, in time like today, like this period of moral crisis, instead of doing something, keep quiet. I'm talking to you, the Vice President, Babatunde Fashola. You, all of you. Anyway, until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
Hi, I'm Dr. Damages. Do high fees damage your wallet when you send money home? I've got the damage control. Use Wave for no fee transfers. Remember the promo code DOCTOR for $5.